afternoon, the state news. My name is David Hojo. Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has expressed solidarity with his Adamawa State counterpart, Hamadu Fintiri, describing recent development in the state as a serious threat to Nigeria's nascent democracy. In a statement issued in Osogbo, Governor Adeleke expressed shock at the undemocratic drama and described the attempt to truncate collation of results and announce rightful winner as a direct assault on electoral democracy, which should never be allowed to stand. He, however, commended the swift intervention of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, which nullified the illegal declaration of a winner before the conclusion of collation of votes. Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has summoned an emergency meeting of the State Security Council to review ongoing operation designed to checkmate criminal activities in the state. Ahead of the meeting slated for this week, the governor ordered regular patrols by a combined team of security personnel to stem recent upsurge of robberies and kidnappings and reinforce the successes currently being recorded by the security agencies. He commended the security agencies for recent success in curtailing crime in the state. He charged the security agencies to redouble their effort to stop the activities of men of the underworld. Osun State government has inaugurated Inter-Ministerial Committee on year 2023 National Population and Housing Census with a vow to ensuring accurate compilation of facts and figures in the forthcoming head count exercise. Secretary to the state government, Honorable Teslim Igbalaye, performed the inauguration in the ESCO Lounge Governor's Office Secretariat. He stated that all relevant agencies will be fully involved in the planning and execution of the population census in the state to ensure its success. Honorable Igbalaye, who noted that Osun State was underrepresented in the figures published for the 1991 National Population Census, said the committee was put together to ensure that facts and figures about Osun State are correctly compiled during the next National Population and Housing Census. Honorable Igbalaye therefore directed members of the committee to work out appropriate sensitization and mobilization strategies about the activities of the National Population and Housing Census exercise, organize advocacy and sensitization program for local government functionaries, the media, NGOs on population and related issues. Nigerian governments have been enjoined to emulate the Islamic countries whose government take charge of all human needs to ensure the basic necessities of the people. A Muslim scholar, Dr. Abdulhamid Abdulwasil, who dropped in shortly after featuring on Osbc TV current affairs program Newsmaker, added that if the people enjoy the basic facilities, the seeking for greener pastures will be reduced. It speaks further.
All the aspects of their lives are being correctly controlled by the government. So, government, no country where corruption is not. So there's corruption everywhere, but it is minimal in those countries. So they give what masses need, they give it to them. The good road, good health, as in health facility, healthcare facility, good road, electricity, all those masses, they have it. So when they have when masses have what they need, they don't bother the government with whatever, any other thing that they are doing at their own end. So instead of people moving out of the country, people will prefer to stay in the country when the country is okay.
Dr. Abdulwazil also encouraged Muslims to celebrate Eid al-Fitr with moderation, charging the rich people to extend the hands of fellowship to the needy beyond the holy month of Ramadan. He also speaks further.
We should give to the poor on that day, a few days to the Eid, and it ends on the day of the Eid. So it is very important to do that, because all Muslims, we use, they call it sa'a, that's what the Prophet used, or we can use mudu. 2 mudu equals to 1 sa'a. If you cannot get that, it is encouraged that we use tin milk, that's small tin milk. 8 anaf of it is like 1 sa'a. So when we do that, it is sufficient already. In United Arab Emirates and in Malaysia, what they use is majorly they use money. That's what they use majorly in this country, because it is very difficult to find people to give alms to on the streets. So they collect money from people and then they buy those items and distribute to the needy.
Agricultural experts have identified irrigation system of famine as a surest way of combating food insecurity and ensuring food sufficiency. Those who spoke in separate interviews with Osbc News against the backdrop of seasonal famine being practiced in the southern part of the country, however, warned farmers not to be too quick in planting some certain crops. Oluwadamilola Adebayo Jeje completes the story.
Farming in Nigeria, especially in the southern part of the country, has always been an activity that is controlled by the seasons. Due to this, farmers are only restricted to propagate their crops mostly during the season. This has become a source of concern to agriculturists who feel that the world is moving on a fast lane and technology playing a major role in the advancement of the sector. Hence, the need to embrace technology in the farming process is needed. An agriculturist and state chairman of Cassava Farmers Association of Nigeria, Dr. David Ogunsade, and agricultural engineer from Osun State University, Dr. Lamid Agumbiade, while speaking in separate interviews with Osbc News, said that some crops such as yam tubers and vegetables can be planted now, but however warned against the planting of maize except on farmland that are close to the rivers or streams.
The rain has taken the same pattern like last year. For this time, you can plant even yam, all type of vegetables, onion, melon. The only crop I will advise our farmers not to gamble with right now is maize, because of our past experience.
The experts who spoke on the need for government urgent intervention in the agricultural sector, most especially in the southern parts of the country, maintained that even countries such as Israel and Libya, who have more deserts than arable land, have embraced technology in the sector.
Government should help so that maybe they can raise up some form of committees, maybe small committees within different localities, so that they'll be able to identify various places where this farming system, this irrigation can still be planned.
They also spoke on the need for southern governors to stop playing lip service to agricultural development in the region.
Oluwadamilola Adebayo Jeje reporting for Osbc News.
Osun State Fire Service has disclosed that properties worth 2.28 billion naira were lost to fire outbreak in the state between January and December 2022. According to data obtained from the State Fire Service, majority of the losses were from 130 fire incidents that took place in the state in the year. The data also reflected that the majority of the fire outbreak took place between January and March, with November recording the highest property loss of 1.13 billion naira to 7 fire outbreak, while February recorded highest incidence of the fire outbreak with 47 incidents and property worth more than 674 million naira destroyed. The fire service spokesperson, Mr. Ibrahim Adekunle, said that the high number of outbreaks recorded during the Harmattan dry season was mostly due to open fire and bush burning. He advised people to take precautions against fire outbreak and always remember to switch off their electrical appliances and remove the cord from electrical sockets when there was no light. Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company (IBDC) will hold a town hall meeting at Olarinke Civic Center, Kilometer 4, Ajewole Estate opposite Omidiran Ganda, Ikirun Road, Oshogbo tomorrow morning. According to the release, the company will also hold another town meeting in Elisha on Thursday at Ayeni Foundation Hotel, an event in the morning. The IBEDC management indicated that the focus of the town hall meeting is to examine the dangers of illicit meter and energy theft. A release from IBEDC thereby called on the general public to come and meet its representatives to get answers to their complaints, especially on payment for energy. And that's our package on State News this afternoon. Join us at 5 for evening news. Thanks for watching and bye for now.